Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Or if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I like to talk about books, and that means you probably do too, so we're already besties. That's just the way this works, right? Obviously. So in today's video, we have a fun one. I have seen a few different content creators do this, and I was like, okay, then obviously I'm gonna give it a try. I have all of my books listed on Goodreads as a physical TBR, all of them that are back here that I pull from for my TBRs picks. I have them all on a list on my Goodreads, and we're gonna go through today and pick the highest rated and the lowest rated and read them together. So, you guys wanna talk about books? Let's talk about books. So this is how this is gonna work. I went through and added every single one of the books in my physical TBR. Yes, even some that you haven't seen that I have picked up in hauls and stuff. Every single book that I own that is on a TBR that I have not read, that is a physical book, is on this list. That number comes to 152. Yeah. And we're gonna go through on Goodreads, and I'm going to rank them, sort them by the highest rating, and then we're gonna reverse that and do the lowest rating. And in this video, we're gonna go through and read that highest and lowest rated, and we're gonna see if I agree. Do I agree that that book is a 3.5? Do I agree that that is a 4.5? We're gonna see together. So let's get our books picked and get to reading. Under my Goodreads, I have my physical TBR, and we are going to go, it says that I have already read this, but I'm really not sure, so I keep it under there. Under my physical TBR, we're gonna go average rating. Now, the highest book on my TBR is Crooked Kingdom. Now, I have not read Six of Crows, so we can't do that one. But that does mean we get to read Rite of the Starlings. Ah, yes. Okay, I'm so glad I'm not putting this off. The correspondence really high up there too, but no. Rites of the Starlings, Devney Perry. We are continuing on with the Shield of Sparrows series. Yes. Okay, wonderful. Love that. Fantastic pick. Now let's see our lowest rated. The lowest rated has a 3.13. Oh, poor thing. It is Battle of the Bookshops. Okay, to be fair, I can tell that this is just gonna be a little cute nothing book. Like, come on, is it really that bad? We got a lot of 3 stars. I'm guessing this is just a lot of people that were like, yeah, this is a fine book. So let's pull them from my shelves and let's talk about them a little bit. Alrighty, here are the 2 books. I went and grabbed them off the shelves. So let's dive in and see what they're about first. I think I'm going to read the worst rated one first. These are different enough genres that I feel like it'd probably be fine either way, but I just feel like let's get this out of the way. You know what I mean? Yeah. So our main character leaves her job in London to run the bookshop in this town because her great aunt is too frail to do it alone. Then she learns that it's like real bad. Real stuff is bad, stuff is not great. And then apparently the property manager is going after it. So we're gonna have little enemies to lovers is what this is gonna be. Okay. It is 323 in pages. Not awful. Little enemies to lovers, bookstore setting. Okay, cute enough. Absolutely. Then, Rite of the Starling. I'm not gonna be able to tell you too much about this because this is book 2 to Shield of Sparrows, but just know that I am so excited to get to this. It says in the back, a sparrow's fate, a warrior's quest, the journey is only the beginning. Yeah, it is. Literally everybody's main, negative comments, whatever, negative reviews of Shield of Sparrows is that it was kind of just a journey book, which fair because we were waiting for this. So obviously I'm fine with this. Let's see so yeah, this is basically just a continuation on of the Shield of Sparrows, but Shield of Sparrows is basically a princess gets married off to a different kingdom because of a treaty. The Shield of Sparrows is the treaty, and it's a journey book. It's about her leaving her people to go to the new people, and a lot of things happen from there, and it's fantastic. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. Okay, so we're gonna get to these 2 books and we'll do little check-ins and see if Goodreads holds true. See if the people know what they're talking about. or if I think y'all are wrong. So stay tuned. So once a week, Ben goes, my lovely, lovely husband, goes and plays Ultimate Frisbee with some of his buddies for the evening. And that means I get the house to myself. I call it girls' night because it's just me and Morgan hanging out, having a little blast. I usually get a lot of reading done in the evenings, but it also allows me to have girl dinner, which basically in my world just means I don't usually do a protein with it unless it's something really easy. I usually have a little glass of wine, do some reading, and just have myself a little night. And so that is exactly what we are going to do. And I thought I'd bring you along. You can come to girls' night. That's totally fine. So here's what's going down for din, right? First thing first, glass of wine. I am a Moscato drinker through and through. Love me a little bubbly, which I actually don't think this is bubbly because it's already been open for a while, but I love a Moscato. Love Moscato. And honestly, just a cheap Moscato. I'm good. Like grape juice, great. Then we are going to be making spicy ramen. That is my current hyperfixation, and typically it would just be that, but I have some leftover grilled steak, and that sounds like it's gonna be phenomenal with that, so we're gonna do that up too. And I was actually able to find the audiobook on Audible, or not Audible, I found it on Spotify for my free credits for the month, so we're going to continue to listen to the book while we make dinner. Lovely. Okay, I am 16% of the way into this book, right? I don't know, man. So it is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. Cool. We know the story, we know how it goes. But that's the thing, is if we're gonna do the dueling families, the feuds of the, oh man, you can't possibly be with him because he's a Montague, right? Which even the names are it's Montbleu and it's Montbleu and Capelhorn or something like that. They're so similar. But we know the story, right? We know that it's okay, cool. You can't possibly be with him, unrequited love. Is one of them gonna pretend to die and one of them actually die at the end of this? Because the thing is it's so, they're spelling it out for you. They're spelling it out as this is Romeo and Juliet. Are you getting it now? And even the well, why do we hate them still? Oh, well, because there was a battle and one of them died. And it's what are we doing? We know the story. Can I DNF? Is that fair? Can I DNF on my own challenge, my own thing? As of now, 16% into this book, I am understanding the low rating. Let's just say that. Because I just don't dumb down my books for me, please. That's all. Dinner is served. Let's go eat. Okay, I'm not going to do a mukbang because you guys don't need to hear me eat this. That grosses me out a lot. But got some tteokbokki, threw some mozzarella on top, the steak, and then I always keep pickled ginger in my fridge that I will be eating to help with the spice, and my little glass of wine, and we're just gonna have ourselves a little night. Lovely. Okay, we are halfway, finished up dinner, came back, kept reading. We're halfway done. If this is supposed to be some Romeo and Juliet retelling, we are halfway through the book and they just kissed. So I don't know what back and forth we're doing here. It still lays on the whole well, yeah, but he could be your Romeo and all this, like, really just, and his name's Roman. Come on. Like, it's cute enough. Like, I'm gonna keep reading and I'm gonna finish it. But, like, I don't know. Maybe I just don't like the retelling, like the, like, reimagining of it or something. Partly because, like, I really like Romeo and Juliet, like the original. So I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what this is other than, like, oh, families hate each other. But for two characters that are most certainly not going to die in this, because this is far too cute, I don't understand why we're leaning so heavily on the Romeo and Juliet thing. It would be cute if it was, like, the names and you got to, like, infer for yourself. They're like, oh, Romeo and Juliet, that's kind of cute. But they keep making, like, references to it. And they keep, like, hey, don't forget, this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. What? I don't get it. I don't get it. Therefore, yeah, I do think Goodreads is going to be pretty on the mark with this. I think Goodreads said it was, what, a 3.5? And I don't even know if we're getting up there yet. I'm going to keep reading and we'll go from there, I guess. I don't know. All I know is that after this, Rite of the Starlings is going to hit so good. And I'm going to immersive read that the whole way through because that's what I did for Shield of Sparrows. And because it's already so highly rated, I feel like I can kind of tweak that a little bit. And I've been doing some immersive reading on this because I found it on Spotify. So, like, we're keeping things fair and honest up in here. But this is just, like, it's fine. I'm just not, like, I don't 100% know where it's going yet. And being halfway through, kind of, that concerns me. It also really feels like it should be a interconnected standalone. Because, like, why did we not get a book of Finn and Freya? And now we have Charlie, and he would make a good book. And the chick that's at the other bookstore. But, like, sure, let's learn her and get her a book. Like, this gives cute small town vibes. Why are we not seeing that a little bit more? Guess we'll see how it ends. I just don't love that if we're doing Romeo and Juliet, it's also a slow burn. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. All I know is that this is fine enough that I will finish it. So that's cool, and we'll get another physical book off the TBR. I'll see you guys when I finish this. That'll be next. Okay, so I'm, like, not done with this book, but we need to have a little, like, chatterooski, okay? I'm gonna, like, leave it vague, but it is still gonna be a little spoilery, so, like, jump, time code, you know what to do. I'll give you a moment. Okay, so let's chat. I still have, like, not even 100 pages left, but, like, a good decent chunk. And they're already together. We've had the third act, we've done the things, they're back together, and oh my god, everything's happy. And so they're off to London to do the thing with the book, and I'm just like, why do I care now? The problem is this book is trying to do too much. We've had, like, yeah, okay, you know what, we're going spoilers. Full spoilers, full send. We have had this mystery witch book. We've had fires. We've had, like, straight up Romeo and Juliet quotes. Why are we straight up quoting the book? Why are we straight up quoting the play? Why are we quoting the play? I don't get it. Okay. Why was there a fire? The fire feels unnecessary. I feel like there could have been something else. Like, I feel like we're just adding in drama for the sake of adding in drama. It doesn't feel warranted at all. It feels very random, and then it doesn't feel like we're, like, adding overly big things but not, like, staying on them very much. I don't know. I don't even know that this is going to be the 3.5 that Goodreads says it is. Actually, I don't think it's going to be, because it's bothering me a lot. I digress. We will finish it because I said that I would. And like I said, we have less than 100 pages left now. There's, like, 100 different ways this could have gone, and so I don't know why we went with this as the option, I guess is what I'm saying. And I'm sorry, but 320 pages, and this is, like, fairly small text, I feel like. It was very, like, absolutely no, they can't stand each other. They kiss once, and then all of a sudden they're, like, together and they are in love and they've loved each other forever. I don't know. There's a whole lot of it. But we will get into that later when I do finish this. I'm gonna read these last, like, 70 pages or whatever it is, and then we'll discuss, because I have thoughts, friends. That's all. But I couldn't help it. I had to come on here because what are we doing? Well, I realized I still had like, I literally think, what, 70 pages? I'm not good at math. But like, we have almost 100 pages left in this book and they're together. So why? What are we doing? And because we've added so many little plot details in here, I'm like just confused as to like what, we're gonna wrap them all up now in this last little chunk? I don't know. It feels very messy and all over the board is what it feels like. So I'm gonna read these last 50 pages, then we'll talk. Okay, so we finally got this done. You know what? We're just gonna make the rest of this a spoiler video because I can't not talk about the things that happen in this book. So, sorry. If you want to know my rating, it's probably maybe 2 stars. 1.5. 2 star. This was not a good book. Not a good book at all. There, wrapped it up. Thank you so much for watching. Do the little buttons, but if you want to stick around, I'm gonna go into spoilers about this. No, you're staying because we're doing the second book. Don't click off. Don't click off. Don't click off. I'm frazzled because this book was bad. Another little skip to here. If you don't want to hear any more about this book, we'll jump into Rites with Starling because this was not good. Okay, have you moved on with your life? Gorge. Okay, so in these last 70 pages, I think I said, they fought again for some random reason, but not really. He proposes to her, they get married, and mind you, this book starts on Mother's Day. Not on Mother's Day, but it starts in the spring, and the bookshop was supposed to close at Christmas. So within the span of not even a year, the following event, in the span of not even a full year, the following events occur. She moves back to this town. Her best friend gets engaged, married, goes on a honeymoon, and gets pregnant. The guy opens a bookstore. The bookstore burns. There are 3 other things that I am missing, but the timeline doesn't even, they go find this book and they take it to auction. The auction goes through, which they even said that it would take months, but the auction goes through, the aunt buys a new house and gets moved in. There are so many, it's all just too much. It's all too much. They crammed too much into this book, and none of it was good. They crammed too much in, so then they couldn't land on the plot points. They couldn't just wrap up stories and stuff. So this, I honestly 1.5. I'm gonna sleep on it and I might give it a 2, but I don't know why I would. I think it's a 1.5. The thing is it's not like it's written badly, and I do think people could enjoy this. This is the kind of book that I genuinely believe if I had read earlier in my reading journey, I probably would have enjoyed it more. But having read such better books, this is a waste of my time. And that sounds awful. We're getting unhinged, Lauren, with this reading vlog apparently, because this just wasn't good. And I want nothing. I'm done with that. That's done with that. But thankfully, that means I get to start Rites with Starling. Yes. I am literally so actually, full disclosure, I do have less than 100 pages of Shield of Sparrows that I need to finish up before I was even going to think about getting to this. So this is the ideal perfect timing. I'm gonna finish Shield of Sparrows, my reread on that, and then dive into this here probably tomorrow, and it's gonna be gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful, fantastic, and I'm so excited to get into this because I have stayed unbelievably spoiler free. I have stayed so spoiler free on this that it's gonna be gorge. It's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be fantastic. Yes. I'm going to finich up Shield of Sparrows probably tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, and then we'll get into this and do a little compare and contrast. So far, Goodreads doesn't know what they're talking about because this, not a 3.5 star book. Not a 3.5 star book, even a little bit. I do have a feeling, though, they're going to be a little bit more spot on with this. Very excited. Away with you, away, and hello. So, Before we start Rites of the Starling, I need to pick out some tabs because with Shield of Sparrows, I annotated it. So naturally, I will be doing the same thing here. So let's grab some little tabs. Okay, so it's taking me much longer than I would like to admit to read this, but that is not because it's not amazing, it's because I can't read it fast enough, then I get frustrated. I just get frustrated and I need to know things, I need to know what's going on, I need to know what's happening, but then I don't get any answers, and then I can't read fast enough to get through this, and then I just get frustrated and then I want to stop. Obviously, I will be giving you very little information about this because like it's the second in a book, it's the second in a series, so like I can't tell you things, but just know it's so good. It's so good, and I think it's gonna be I think I saw today that it was going to be a 3-book series, a trilogy, which would be perfect. I can handle one more book. I can't handle another 5. I want there to be a conclusion so bad. But that also means that we're not getting one in this book. So, frick. I'm not quite halfway yet, but this book is divided into parts, 3 different parts, and I've just finished part 1. I'm really close to halfway though. Like, I'm at page 214 of like 460 something, I think 463. So I mean, I'm close to halfway. Part 1 was the majority of it, and then we got part 2 and 3 to get through. So that's what I will be doing. It makes me angry that I can't read it faster. I'm almost out of my tabs. I'm almost out of my tabs of the colors. So I'm gonna have to go find new tabs, I think, probably before this is over. Maybe I'll just find new tabs now for part 2, and then I can find new tabs for part 3, and just kind of, these can go back in the collection of miscellaneous extra tabs. That's what these 2 are up here, is that they're just like little individual, like I had 1 left that I just didn't end up using. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. this is so good. It's so good. I would like to take a nap, but I also just want to keep reading, but I also just can't read fast enough, and I'm just, it's so good. It's so good. I'm loving the extra stuff that's in here. At first, I was kind of like, no, just get me back to the main thing. But the extra that got added for this book is really, I'm getting into it really a lot. So now I need to just keep going. I will say this is very much feels like another journey book. Book 1, a lot of people were like, yeah, it's kind of just a journey book. It's a book in which they go on a journey. That's cool. That's solid. I'm down for that for book 1. Book 2, they've also just kind of been on a journey. So, I don't mind it. That's not like a qualm that I think takes away from a book at all. But I do hope that with the things that are going on, we should get at least one really high point of contention for things. And I'm hoping that happens. Otherwise, it will kind of be another just like, nothing really happens in this book. We meet some new characters and that's about it. I don't know. I just cannot keep reading fast enough, and I just need to keep going. So that's what we're gonna do. Keep going. We have made it to part 3, Dynasty, which means we have, this is 300 to 465, I think is what we said. So a little over 150 pages left, getting to 463. Getting to the end of this, I just can't read it fast enough. I just can't read it fast enough. I can't read it fast enough to get the information in my brain as fast as I want it in my brain. So, oh wow, it's so good. And like, I know she's finished the 3rd book, but we have no idea when the 3rd book is coming out or what it's called or anything like that. And I'm not okay with that. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Why do I keep doing this where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna read this book because it's new and I'm super excited about it, only for there not to be the next book. And then the next book comes out and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to read this like right now, let me get to it. And then I read it and then I'm like, well, frick, when's the next one coming out? I'm still waiting on the 4th Empyrean series book. And I now have to wait for the 3rd book on this. And like, I read The Night and the Moth and I still don't get the Knave and the Moon until like September. And Silver Elite, Broken Dove finally is coming out, but I read that like early last year. It's still just a journey book, but it's like, it's so much more than that. It feels like a journey book wrapped up into like an explanation kind of book. I don't know how to describe it, but we're getting into part 3. We have not had the like 3rd act, whatever tension yet. And I'm gonna sob. I'm gonna sob when this is over, I have no doubt. Either that or I'm gonna be really mad and throw it at a wall because I don't know where this is going. I have no freaking clue where this is going. All I know is that I need it faster. So, forward march. Also, I am gonna go to my office and get some new tabs because these, I only have like 2 left and that's not gonna be enough for the rest of this. So, we gotta get some new tabs. So let's do that first. These are the 3 colors I'm working with right now. And sometimes I've noticed they do have duplicates. So let's see if we can just find duplicates of these colors. Perfect. 3 more, reset, ready for the last chunk. How long? Now, for the next book, that's not fair. I don't like that at all. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, actually, thanks. No, actually, I refuse. I actually refuse. I need the next book now. I need so many answers. I have too many questions and there's too many things going on that I just need to know what's going on and I need to know it now. And I'm not okay. No, that's all. No, it's no, it can't. No, no. No. Okay, I've taken some time. I've stared at a wall. I had some dinner. So let's talk about these books. Let's wrap this on up, shall we? Cool. So first, we read The Battle of the Bookshops by Poppy Alexander. Goodreads said this was a 3.13. This was the lowest rated book on my TBR for good reason. A 3.13 is gracious 1.5. I'm giving this a 1.5. This was atrocious. Not a good book. It played too much into the Romeo and Juliet thing that it was trying to do, but Romeo and Juliet's not a romance, fun fact. And the theater kid in me will die on that hill. See what I did there? The timeline was confusing to me, and it was so rushed, and they was trying to do too much, but then didn't do any of it well. Not a good book. 1.5 stars. But Goodreads gave it a 3.13. So, the worst book on my bookshelf, you know what? It can only go up for here, right? That's the goal. Then, though, we did get to read the highest rated on my Goodreads, the highest rated physical book on my TBR, which is a 4.5, and it is Rites of the Starling. Yeah, it is Rites of the Starling, and oh my. 5 stars, 6 stars, 7 stars, all of the stars. Starling, stars. Yep. So good. So good. I'm so mad that we have to wait. I'm so mad that we have to wait for the third book. The third book doesn't even have a name that we know of. I'm sure it has one. I'm sure she knows what it is, but I don't know it, and that's a problem. It's gonna be such a long wait, and I'm not emotionally prepared to wait because what do you mean? What do you mean? Nope. It's giving the Rebecca Yarros, I have more questions than answers, I feel like, in this. And I don't know how we're gonna do that, but I just need answers. Very unwell. Very unwell. There you have it. Lowest rated, highest rated. Goodreads didn't do this enough. But a 4.5 on Goodreads is absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's fair. That one, good rating. A 3.1, I mean, obviously that's freaking low for Goodreads, but even worse. So I think this is just a good reminder to listen to your Goodreads, and I think don't read anything below a 3.4-ish on Goodreads. Really be careful is what I'm going to say. So if you want to see me do this again, make sure you comment down below that you want to repeat, because obviously I got different books. There's going to be different results this next time. If you had different opinions on these books, also let me know, because now I need somebody to talk about this with. So while we're not doing spoilers in the comments, because I try not to do spoilers in these videos, we are absolutely going to need to discuss this in all. I don't care what type of slang you have to use, but just do it down in the comments. Let's chit chat, because things are not. It's gonna be rough. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to subscribe, click the little bell, thumbs up, do all the things. And if you made it this far into the video, put a star in the comments for Rites of the Starling. And as always, I will see you next time. Bye.